Hola, buenos días, buenas tardes. En el día de hoy tengo otro video para ti. ¿Estás listo? Are you ready? We're going to be discussing left backs today, and I've got some data for you guys. But before we do, this is a Madrid channel, and you cannot talk about left backs without thinking about this guy. So I'll just play a little compilation here as I ramble on about nothing. By the way, if anyone's never checked out a Chael Sonnen compilation video on YouTube, I was just watching it before. His Rihanna joke is insane. He's a funny dude. You got to check out Chael Sonnen. Left backs then. I think we can all agree as Madrid fans, we need a new left back. Mendy is pretty useless at this point, just because of the fact he can't get on the pitch. I respect Mendy. He was very important for our last two Champions League wins. Very instrumental player. The Mendy of 2019-2020 was a fantastic defensive left back. He doesn't seem to exist anymore, unfortunately. And Fran Garcia just looks scared. He just doesn't look like a player really that's ever really going to dominate the left flank for us. I don't mind him as a squad player. He works hard. He doesn't complain. He gives his all. He tries. I like him as a player, but he's limited, and we need an improvement. So I've collected some data around Europe of some different left backs. I probably won't share too much of my opinion. I'm just going to, give you the data, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. I might mention if I think the signing will happen or not, but yeah, generally I don't really have a preference. I just want to show the options that are out there, and yeah, let's get into it then. So we'll start with the first left back. The first fullback we're going to look at then is the fullback we've been most heavily linked with, and that is of course Alvaro Carreras. Before we do get into that though, I'm in Lima. We had an earthquake here a few days ago. Have any of you ever experienced an earthquake? It's a really strange sensation. Anyway, if you go into Google and you type in what are Alvaro Carreras' strengths, this is the review that you get, and I'm not particularly sure that the data matches this. It says here that he's a left-footed defender known for his strong all-round abilities, particularly in passing, tracking back and ball recovery. He excels, and that's quite a strong word, in both defensive and attacking phases of play, demonstrating strong positioning, tackling and aerial duels. Now, if we get into the data here, it doesn't quite back all of that up, I would say. Defensively, if we look here, and these numbers also might look a little bit low, but if you compare it to some of the other fullbacks, and weirdly, that's what today's video is about, you'll see his numbers are actually pretty good defensively. But aerial duels being at 50%, I wouldn't say that's excellent, certainly not. However, 77% in interceptions is pretty high, and that would suggest that he has a very good understanding of his position, and I think that's a very important trait for the club, considering we've got Trent on the other side, which would be one of his weaknesses. So obviously when signing a fullback, you have to think about how they're going to fit into the team, and he seems to be definitely, I would say, the most all-round of the fullbacks that we're going to look at in this video. His attacking numbers, some of them absolutely fantastic. 97% for progressive passes. That's a fantastic statistic. 83% in shot creating actions. That does suggest that he does have an ability to create, and he also is a player that's not going to be a Fran Garcia, where every time he gets the ball he just stops, turns around and passes backwards, or he might make a little dribble forward and then again turn around because he gets scared and passes it backwards again. So these numbers do suggest what Google does say, and that he is an all-round fullback. From the footage I've seen on him, I can't say I'm blown away by him. He's not a fullback that makes me think, we have to sign this guy. I mean, he's 22, great age. He does have limited experience in La Liga, I believe. He's tall and he's got some physicality, which I like, especially with Trent on the other side. Going from having Danny Carvajal and Fran Garcia, we've certainly added some height to the team, and defending set pieces is certainly a weakness, I think, from this Madrid team. So from that point of view, I'm happy with him. But yeah, I think he's a good fullback, but I wouldn't say he's world class. I think he's an upgrade on what we have, and I'd be happy to sign him. But I can certainly see from, I think 50 million is what Benfica are looking for. That's a lot of money, and I'm a little bit sceptical that he's going to be worth that kind of money. But anyway, you let me know what you think on Alvaro Carreras. For a bit of fun then, let me show you what a truly world-class fullback's numbers looks like. Here is Nuno Mendes, and Por favor. This is insane. I mean, both offensively and defensively. I mean, look at this, 95% in terms of successful take-ons, 95% progressive passes. He's always on the ball. He's always creating something. 98% in passes attempted. And defensively as well. I mean, look at this. This is a guy who's got 65% in terms of aerial duels won. Now, he's smaller, I believe, than Alvaro Carreras, and yet he's still a beast in the air. I mean, this is a world class fullback. I would go as far to say that there's a bit of a lack of really talented left backs at the moment. If you look 10 years ago, you had Marcelo, you had Andy Robertson, you had Alaba, you had Davis. I know Davis is still relatively young, but he seems to have dropped off a bit at the moment. Whereas now, there's a lot of very talented right backs, but I don't see that talent so far in terms of the elite level at left back anymore. Even Luke Shaw, I mean, I know he's injured quite a lot, but I also rated Luke Shaw as a left back, I have to say. But yeah, it's an area where Nuno Mendes, I think, is truly the only world class left back at the moment playing. But anyway, that's a different issue. Moving on then to a more realistic target, and we of course have Theo Hernandez with his flamboyant feminine haircuts. We know about Theo. He used to play for us, of course. We know what he's about. He's a very attacking fullback, as the numbers suggest here. I mean, 95% in terms of shot creating actions, 96% in terms of total shots. I mean, even progressive carries here at 87. We know what he's about. But as you can also see here, defensively he's pretty suspect. And with Trent already in the team, I'm not sure if the club will go for another very attacking fullback. But I'm sure Vinny would love to play for him. I mean, he's got great pace. He's a player that always overlaps and has great energy. I like him. He's also a physical threat as well. Having said that, though, if we are going to go for an all-out attacking fullback, I think I would choose my next guy. That is, of course, Alex Grimaldo, and I've watched this guy play quite a few times, and he is a fantastic attacking fullback. I mean, to be fair, calling him a left back is a bit of a stretch. He's a true wing back. He didn't really get asked to defend much at Bayer Leverkusen, but his attacking statistics, I mean, touches, progressive passes attempted, shots. I mean, he is a truly attacking fullback, and if we're going to go for that route, I would go for Alex Grimaldo. He is Spanish. I like having Spanish players playing for Real Madrid. The problem is, of course, he plays for a team that have already lost a lot of players, and it might be difficult for us to get him out of Bayer Leverkusen. But he's got 7 assists last season. I think he's just a beautiful player. So he would be my attacking fullback if we're going to go for an all-out attacking fullback. I did say in the beginning I wasn't going to share my opinion, didn't I? I think I've lied a bit there. Okay, I'm just going to give the facts now. I'm not going to share my opinion. Okay, right, let's do this. The next guy, in my opinion, could be a very interesting option. And I say interesting because I don't know anything about this next guy. I've never seen him play before. Yep. It's the level of expertise you get on this channel, you see. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't got more subscribers. I have a friend, an Ajax fan, and he tells me they've got a kid called Jorel Hato, I think it was pronounced. He's 19 years old, and apparently he's pretty good. So I thought I'd have a look at his numbers and throw him in here. And yeah, as you can see, I mean, my friend tells me he's quite an all-round fullback. He doesn't necessarily excel in one thing, and the numbers would kind of suggest that. I mean, defensively here, fantastic aerial percentage here. That's more than any numbers we've seen so far. Very good blocks. 50%, by the way, for tackles is really respectable for a kid so young. It's very normal for youngsters to make rash decisions, to jump in when they shouldn't. Get a little bit overexcited and think they can win the ball. It's very normal for them to get beat. So that's not an embarrassing number at all. Or 94% in terms of assists. I think he got 6 assists last season. And although he's 19, he's already played 2 full seasons at Ajax. And I think he made his debut in the 22-23 season. So 3 seasons in and around the first team. So he would have made his debut very young. But yeah, like I say, if anyone knows about him, let me know. It would be good that he's so young. It's because we do have Mendy and Fran Garcia, so he could come in and learn and spend a few seasons. I love the way Madrid have done that over the years. I like that we got Valverde in when he was a teenager, so he could learn under Cruz and Modric and Militao was able to learn under Ramos and Varane for a few seasons, so I think that's the best way to do this. But it is an issue. It's the weakest area we have on the pitch, and we need a guy to really hit the ground running there. So I'm not sure if he'd be ready for that. But yeah, I wanted to show you this guy. And seeing how long this video is going on, I think I'm going to start wrapping it up here. It's not like there's that many of you watching these videos anyway. You know, sometimes I do feel like a crazy person talking to myself. I'm sure no one's going to give a shit if I end the video here. There are other options out there, of course. Di Marco in Italy, Gvardiol. Thinking about it, before I did say I think Nuno Mendes is the only world-class left-back, but actually Gvardiol I would throw in there as well. He is absolutely quality. I don't think we're going to get him out of Man City, though. But yeah, let me know what you guys think if there are any left backs. I think that the fact that there isn't that it's not a strong market at the moment is why Madrid are taking their time at the moment. I mean, you know, we identified Trent, we went and got him. World-class talent, we got him. Huijsen, we got him straight away. The left back is an area of the pitch where I don't think there's that many standout options. It does look like Alvaro Carreras has negotiations have already begun. From what I read, Madrid were happy to pay in 2 installments. Benfica then changed their mind. So, and again, I think because it's a player that Madrid would like, but we're not exactly obsessed with, is probably why this could drag on a little bit more. And but yeah, I mean, I'm sure we will do some business towards the end of the summer because we do need a new left back. But let me know if there's anyone I missed, if there are any hidden gems, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. See you soon.